Goeiemôre aan almal en baie welkom aan die wat vanmôre die tyd afgestaan het om te kyk na die verslag vir ons laaste veiling van die somerseisoen, die 2021 somerseisoen, en wat 'n seisoen was dit nie gewees nie. Dis die beste wat ek nog beleef het, ek dink dis die beste wat enige iemand nog beleef het. En soos Ben van der Westhuys het opgelet het, hy was in die week hier om na sy skeersel te kom kyk. Sy is die eerste keer van dat hy ook met bokke boer dat daar so groot reaksie was op elke ouderdomsgroep in een seisoen, of 'n verbetering in prys. And I must say, I can't really remember since last you did get this reaction on in one season. Now there's a lot of people asking why, what is the reason, and it all boils down to, again, a few years ago, was it now 3 years ago, the Peter attack on the Mohair industry was really a major thing at that stage, and a major wake-up call for us. And the way that the industry has handled that whole situation did get the attention of the world. And I think, and everybody was involved, all the farmers were there, Growers Association, the Trust, Mowers of Africa, and individuals working for Mowers of Africa, all can claim that we've done a major job of rectifying the honor of our mower industry, and this is the results that we've seen. The input that the industry has put in the last 2 years in rectifying the name of our product. Saying that, it's very important, if you're not registered yet, RMS registered, please contact your field agent, and it is quite serious, and there will be a market with, if you're not RMS yet accredited, but I'll show you today again, later in the report, what price differences there is between RMS lots and non-RMS lots. So that was the driver. We are fortunate that the fashion cycle also tend to go more to Mohair, more of a fluffy work, and that helped us also a lot. But there was a lot of newcomers that never used Mohair in their life before, that would start having an interest in Mohair because of the way that the industry has reacted on the Peter attack. We must also not let our guard down. There's very good reasons why there was a Peter attack, and the things that we've put in place. I think it just benefited everybody, and we must see to it that that type of practices must become the norm, and we will only go forward for the rest of a period. If we go to our first slide, coming back to our last sale of yesterday, we finished quite late. The reason for us moving this discussion to this morning, but there you see was nearly 500 lots offered, and 494 bales sold with a clearance of 99.6%. The lots that wasn't sold was mostly non-RMS lots, and mostly kid lots, where the price was a bit disappointing. But we'll come to that later. If we move to the next slide, you'll see the price movement of the indicators. On kids, it came down with 2.7%. And here I must admit the RMS lot of the non-RMS lots, there was even a bigger drop in price. We just fortunate with House of Fiber that yesterday over 70% again was RMS lots. So that average helped to look that this average looked better. The non-RMS lots actually came down a little bit more, I will say more to the 5% than the 2.7%. In any case, young goats, same thing applies here, 2% down, and adults was unchanged. Some of the finer adults was about 1% down, but the stronger adults went up again. Then to the next slide. If you make a year-to-year comparison, currently our average indicator stands at R414.52 a kilo. The previous year it was at 234. And I will give you a bit of an overview of the season as well, and then you'll see how major this difference is. And but that is also a 2.5% drop compared to the previous sale. If we move to the next slide, and I say it on every discussion but it's really, this is the most important part of the whole discussion and the most important slide, because this goes into in depth where what changed, and it's a good indication of what actually happened on the sale. If you look there, 24-25 micron group, that 24-25 micron, that includes now everything right from a 20 micron to a 25 micron. That's your super fine kids. That came down with 2.7%, with an average price of 767. And I just want to repeat myself, I think the non-RMS lots did see a bigger downward trend. But then, very interesting, your 26-27 micron group actually went up with 1.4%. Your and if you make a finer distinction between, you'll see that includes your 25 micron group as well. 25, 26, 27 micron sold very well with good competition yesterday, and that market actually went up. So when we quote the indicator of kids down 2.7%, where the stronger fine kids actually went up yet with 1%, and the super fine kids came down quite a lot. The 28-29 micron group also see a downward trend of 4.8%. The 30-31 micron, a downward trend of 3.8%. But there again, you don't pick this up in average indicators. The 32-33 micron group went up with 6%. That's quite a major move. And we are very glad for that, because your very fine adults, a big composition of your clip is falling in this category. That's also a good omen for the winter season coming, where the clip is in general stronger, and a lot of this type of mower is on the market in the winter to 32.3 or 32 and 33 micron mower. So that's a very good omen. You'll see also the 34, 35, 36 group went up with 1%. And even the stronger adults, and there was a few stronger bales, the whole offering of this clip was far stronger than all the previous yet sales. So that was up with 1.2%. There again, that is actually very good news for the season to come, because then there is not a lot of super fine kids, and there's a lot of the stronger stuff, and that is what sold better yesterday. If we move to, that was now on the RMS lots. If we move to the next slide, that is the non-RMS lots, and you'll see which is actually not correct there. The percentages in below is the average percentage between RMS and non-RMS. So that is not correct. But what I want to show you here is a 24-25 micron on non-RMS groups. The average price was 737, where the RMS price was 767. That's 50 Rand a kilo difference. On the 26-27 micron group, which where there was good competition, the non-RMS groups was 716, where the RMS group was 746, 40 Rand. There again, between 50 and 40 Rand a kilogram difference, even in a group where there was good competition. 28-29 micron, non-RMS 520, RMS 605. People, that's 85 Rand a kilo difference. 30-31 micron, 460 compared with 452, back to our 50 Rand a kilo difference. 32-33 micron, excellent demand, 381 for RMS, 351, again 50 Rand a kilo. 34, 45, 36, 329 compared to 296, more than 50 Rand a kilo. And on the strong stuff, 306 compared to 283. So in general, you can see there's a trend of around about 50 Rand a kilo difference between non-RMS and RMS. There's a lot of farmers asking me if it's really worth my while to do it. Add 50 Rand a kilo to your clip if you're a non-RMS and make your own sums and see if it's worth your while or not. I've had a small clip making that comparison, and just on his kids, he made up for the costs that he wants to incur to be registered. The rest of the youngers and the adults was actually his bonus. Then if we move to the next slide, you'll look at the exchange rate, and it did play a role yesterday. And I've warned the people beforehand, my clients beforehand, that it might play a role. The Rand weakened a little bit during the season. We quoted as about 2% against the dollar down. And funny enough, that the market is also 2.5% down. So there's a direct correlation there. It did strengthen, the Rand did weaken, but at the end of the sale, there was virtually no difference. But that is unfortunately, when you quote these things, you must take a certain time, and that is what the difference was. So at we quote, if you look at the next slide, the dollar traded 2.07% weaker against the Rand as compared to the previous auction. Moving to the next slide, which is quite important, also the graph. There again, in dollar terms, the farmers are better off. And there was, in the past week, a question again, why don't we sell in dollars and why do we sell in Rand? First of all, we can't. It's a law of this country. If you sell a commodity in this country of South Africa, you're obliged to sell in rands. But everybody keeps that exchange rate, you keep track of it all the time. And that is the job of a broker, to see that the farmer doesn't get done in here. And actually the opposite has happened since the previous sale, with a dollar strengthening all the time. But in dollar price, the dollar price still increased and the Rand price came down. The dollar price at the moment stands at $30.57 a kilogram. And on the previous sale, it was just below that. Then if we look at the one that all the farmers are interested in, and that's the top prices, the top 5 summer kit prices. There, David Short of Grafenet with his 24.8 micron bale, superstar, 900 Rand a kilo. And then I've mentioned in my report, it was 2 Short brothers it was fighting it out for the top honors. And Lloyd did have a short stick here at the second highest price at 880. I know I will be in trouble for this, but my own personal view, which is also a super style bale, and you can see the microns was virtually exactly the same thing. Yet on the top bales, everybody's got his own personal preferences. I thought that Lloyd's bale was better than David's bale, but on a free market, it shows us different. But it was two super style bales. And I really put these two bales in the bracket of the best of the season. To my mind, Billy Corborn and Lloyd Short was the two best bales of a season. All of them were super style and on Xenia quality level. There in the third place, and there you can see it was the winners from Somerset East, Brett, Mark and Charles. 26.7, 26.5, that is a 27 micron for its third highest price at 831 Rand. Congratulations, it was a very nice bale, excellent quality, between a B and an A length. It's super style, but although it was stronger, it still got a very good price. Ben van der Westhuizen, also 830 Rand for a 21.5, that was his fine bale. But very good. For finest people, to have a 21 micron bale with a super style and a B length, it really takes some doing and some reading. Congratulations, Ben. And then I've got Piet Viljoen of Kleinpoort in the fifth place there at 810, also a super style bale. I see he was RMS indicated here, but he's not RMS. And that is the reason why this bale didn't do better than that, because it was also a very, very good quality bale. Then if we move to the next slide, this is the winter kits. Everybody knows that is your fine summer young goats. It is fine enough to test winter kits. Very, very good demand for it. They have a top price, and I'm very glad to say, out of the bidding section of House of Fibre, at 780 Rand, there again, a super style winter kit bale. Excellent quality. Congratulations, Andrew and Sandile. Andrew Phillips and Sandile. Andrew is in this department head of our bidding section for years already. And I think more than 40 years already. And Sandile, his sidekick, Sandile being a Zulu, very strange for a Zulu to come into the mower industry, but doing well for past 2 or 3 years already. And then Carla, a newcomer from the beginning of the season. Carla, remember, every season doesn't go like this, but excellent job in the winning department. Second place here, Winan Farming again for a 27 micron bale. Ben van der Westhuizen again for a 26 micron bale. That is just their stronger kits. And then Dankwit's livestock from Fort Beaufort, Andre and Murray. Congratulations here on your fourth highest price for 26.4 micron. Very good bale. And Sean Option from Janssenville. Also, well-known AB Option stud. Sean, congratulations on your 759 Rand. Way above my valuation, but that bale deservedly went that price. As you can see, there was an increase in that demand for that, yet for that specific type. Then, if we go to the next slide, then your Jenny and Summer young goats. Ben van der Westhuizen, again, and you'll see this name cropping up, and we don't indicate that anymore, but Ben's whole clip is EGT'd, and that just shows you what the benefit there still is an EGT system, especially this season, where a lot of emphasis was put on micron and huge differences between the two microns. it was really over and over worth your while to fully EGT your clip. I can recommend it. It's really, really worth your while. Ben van der Westhuizen is actually a mistake. He was the second best bale, but we don't quote usually people a second time. We only quote the next farmer, and that was Lloyd again. Just to mention, Lloyd did get the second highest price, but his clip was the best average of the day. And then the House of Father binning system again, and then Dankwitz livestock farming for Beaufort again in the fifth price. I always say if my bins is not in the top 5 prices, then there is something wrong, and they prove me right in this instance. Then going to the, didn't I miss? I think I missed a slide there. Sorry for that. That was your winter young goats. We all know that is genuine adults. That is just fine enough to present as young goats. And we made a distinction of making them winter young goats and not summer young goat. There, sorry for that. The best price, Charles Henry from Aberdeen, and he was not RMS. And now he's busy with the process. If this bale was RMS, I think we could have seen the record for adults on this bale, because really quality-wise, it was an excellent bale. Super style again for adults. Imagine 28.9 micron, super style, full B length for adults. Is really, really well done. Ben van der Westhuizen again, good performer. Then Charles Fitzhenry again, House of Fiber binning again, and sorry for that. And then Arno de Jager from Aberdeen, also non-RMS, in the 5th place there. Then your top 5 genuine adults in the next slide. Ben van der Westhuizen again, except for the kids where he was 3rd or 4th highest, he took the honours in all the other age groups. Excellent clip, Ben, congratulations again. Lloyd Short again, Borden Farming, the 2nd place. And then the 3rd place, Long Acres from Grafenet, that is Brett Walker. Congratulations, Brett, very nice bow. And the 4th place there, Yvette Steyman from Victoria West. Also a good bow, Yvette. And Charles Fitzhenry in the 5th place there with a 31 micron adult. Then if we move to the, first of all, congratulations again to all our producers. Very, very, very well done. And I must say with this past season, the clips were very fine, and I know the farmers is still going through very difficult times with the drought. But really, the quality of this year, what we offered, really surprised me. If the farmers can offer this quality in a drought, that shows your dedication and all the effort that is really going into the clips. If we go to the overall buyers market statistics, and this is the overall for the season, and not just on the yet on the sale. Now let me just make sure. No, sorry. This is for yesterday's sale. Mosen Falls bought 6%. That's way down. You realize he plays quite a major role player, and he was very quiet yesterday. He usually buy between 10 and 15%. New England bought a few top bales. He paid the best price as well. Samuel, nearly 40% of the market was bought by Samuel. And then Stukken bought a little bit quieter, 35.7%. Sudwooler at 5% was also a little bit quieter, as well as Conacher Wools at 2%. And then there was passed in 6%, and that's overall for all the brokers, and not sold 4% for all the brokers. As I said, we've only got 1 or 2 bales that was not sold. But there again, the next slide will show you the season, what happened in the season. Mosen Falls there 10%. He was really one of the price makers. New England was very quiet. He only came in now on the last 2 or 3 sales. But interesting enough, there was a fight between the 2 processors, Samuel and Stukken, both bought 57%. Stukken 37.9% and Samuel 27.1%. Thank you guys. We really appreciate your support, and let the fight carry on. Sudwooler at 6.3%, and some sales he actually bought more, and he was really one of the major price makers as well. And Conacher Wools, Dallas, welcome to the trade. I think for the first time being part, and we always welcome a new buyer. Standing, I can't say you're man in the man's world, you're a woman, but you've done well, and to buy 3% on the first time that you take part is very well done. Congratulations on that, and welcome to the industry. All over 2.4%, and all over just 2% not sold. Then if we move to the next slide, is a graph that I've included in this presentation, just to show you. You'll see, if you look at the first silos there on a BO8, you'll see the blue is the same sale, the first sale a year ago, and what the average price of the similar sale this season was in yellow, and then the price difference there on the third silo, what is that, a greenish type of color. But you can see the 100 Rand a kilo on average difference on the first sale. The first sale, the average was 333 Rand, and a year ago it wasn't even 250 Rand, it was 234. 100 Rand ago difference. If you look there at the second sale, B09, you'll see there was about 75 Rand a kilo difference. The third sale, B10, 150 Rand a kilo difference. B11, 175 Rand. B12, 177 Rand. B13, 182 Rand a kilo. And the last sale, the yesterday's sale, came back was 167 again Rand a kilo difference, but yet between the sales. You'll see the first 2 sales where the market climbed very dramatically up till the third sale, and then more or less kept the price till the end of the season. If we move to the next slide, our last slide. julle sal daar sien en ek weet die grafiek is dalk 'n bietjie verwarrend met al daai klomp strepe, maar ek het dit probeer opbreek daar, weer eens jy daar onderste kyk na B0819 en B0820. Ek probeer hierso vir julle oordra wat was dat daar eintlik 'n toename in produksie was hierdie seisoen teenoor 'n jaar terug. En dit het almal onkant gevang, myself inkluis. Ek het dit nie verwag nie. En daar is 'n 13% verhoging in produksie gewees hierdie seisoen teenoor 'n jaar terug. Baie dankie en dis baie goeie teken vir die mense ook oor see wat ons produk koop. Hulle wil graag dit sien. Hulle is nie altyd bewus daarvan dat daar droogtes en sulke goede is nie. Hulle is baie bekommerd as produksie begin afneem. Verdaam as pryse so goed is soos nou. Maar as jy kyk na die eerste 2 veilings wat in die eerste 2 kolomme is, sal jy sien was die veilings kleiner gewees as 'n jaar terug. En dit het baie te doen gewees met die feit wat skeerders laat ingekom het en skeerders laat begin skeer het. En dis ook die eerste 2 veilings kleiner was. Maar dan as jy na die derde blok kyk, dan sien die blou is wat by die House of Fiber fasiliteit gelewer is. Met ander woorde, dit sluit in House of Fiber se haar, sowel as BKB se haar. Die geel is dan die OVK haar, en wat hulle op daai veiling gehad het, en dan die grys daar is totale aanbieding. Dan sal sien, hier op die derde kolom is die aanbieding gewees aansienlik groter. As jy sien daar die aanbiedings was daar oor die 170.000, waar hy maar 'n jaar terug 125.000 was. Dan ook by B11, jy sal sien dis die derde veiling, was die aanbieding maar jy het 'n jaar terug net so oor die 80.000, waar ons hierdie jaar amper 180.000 kilogram aangebied het. Daai veiling het my ook totaal onverhoeds gevang. Ek het nie gebesef hy sal so groot wees nie. Ook die 5de veiling. As julle sien, hy was ook maar so tussen 80 en 90.000 kilogram gewees, en hierdie jaar was hy 175.000 kilogram gewees. Die laaste 2 veilings het weer afgekom. En jy sien die 3 groot veilings was die 3 middelveilings. Ek glo nie ons sal weer toelaat dat daar daai hoeveelhede aangebied word nie. Daar was in die verlede a big concern, and especially in the winter season, it plays a major role when the Lesotho Mohair is also offered, usually in the same week, after the Cape sale. Then it creates a problem if there is such a vast quantity of mohair available in 1 month, and it's plainly there's a shortage of finance, and you can't blame the buyers yet. If the market went up with 70 or 80%, banks don't understand that, and they also got a facility from the banks, so South African banks. So you must understand that, and they've asked us to limit the sales at 150 kilos maximum. That's yet with all the other brokers included, and especially in the winter season, they are very sensitive about that. And I've given my working agreement with OVK that between the two of us, we will see that we don't offer more than 150,000 kilos of Cape yet on a sale. So please keep that in mind. It was also discussed on the trust and with the Growers Association, and the industry has really committed itself to this. So please understand, don't be cross with us. Don't wait if you want to send down your stuff. Even if you want to be on a third sale and it's ready down, send it down. We will weigh it in on the third sale. But keep in mind that there is a limit on the sale of 150 kilos. What else is there to say after a season like this? The best ever season with world record prices for everything except summer kits. The top price was the Colborne bale, which I think was deservedly at 950 Rand. There, the record still is with Van Hasselt Farming at 1,256 Rand a kilo. But all the other age groups in all the categories did have record prices. So the big question is, I suppose, that everybody wants to know what's going to happen next season. It's not an exact science. I can only relay what I am thinking and what facts are showing us. I really think that in the season, because of various circumstances and because of that everybody was pushed to deliver in time certain quantities, there was prices paid that was not always a good reflection of what the world was out there is prepared to pay for that price, for that time. So there might be yet a downturn in prices in the winter season, but we must also remember the winter season is usually stronger and not of the same quality. So, and that is to be accepted. But I think what is important is that the demand for mohair is still there. The demand hasn't disappeared, and I can't see that we are going back to the prices of a year or two ago. So we will be in a period of better prices. And I think that is good news for everybody. I really pray that we are in for a good rain season, because we need it desperately. Even in Port Elizabeth, everybody knows the state of our dams, and we can only go on our knees and pray for rain and say thank you for the very good prices. It couldn't come at a better price, at a better stage. All the farmers, my farmers were really down and out, and we say thank you to the buyers and to fashion houses out there that is buying our product and selling our product. Thank you. It couldn't come at a better time. It really, really helped for the survival of our industry. So from me, a very good, big thank you. The next season only starts on the 17th of August, and then you'll see my face back again. Keep safe and enjoy if there's a break. Enjoy it, and let's carry on. I hope I'm completely wrong and with the prices is just as good as the summer season, and good prices and good rainfall. Thank you. God bless, and everything of the best for everybody.